In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to identify and take trades using liquidity. We're going to be diving into the core concepts of the three most important forms of liquidity, what liquidity actually is, how you can identify it, and most importantly, I'm going to be showing you my entire profitable trading strategy, which you can literally copy and paste onto your own charts to achieve similar results just like these. Now, without further ado, let's dive straight in. Now, first of all, what is liquidity and how do we identify it? Now, I believe that liquidity is the area of interest where most likely stop losses are going to be placed by the everyday trader. Now, when we look at this overall chart here, we have very clear areas of support and resistance. And if you know the traditional overall thinking of trading, what do we expect that there will happen on a chart? Well, we expect that traders go long from support and they go short from an area of resistance. Now, when we look here at the chart, what we can clearly see here is, okay, we have an area of support. We can clearly see the market bouncing. And what we again have here is the market bouncing. What you then see is that if you zoom in, we have a bullish candlestick. On that bullish candlestick, at an area of support is most likely an area where traders could potentially go long to trade towards the overall area of resistance. Now, what you see is that, yes, we indeed get an overall initial reaction in towards the highs, but then what happens is that the market reverses back in towards the downside, takes out the stop loss, and then reverses it back in towards the upside to then actually hit your overall target. Now, that is in a nutshell what liquidity is. It is where the overall stop loss placement is going to be. And we often see that the market moves towards those areas of liquidity like a magnet, and then reverses back in towards the upside to the actual take profit level that you had set. And when we then look at the area of resistance, we see here that we have an overall bearish candlestick. What most traders would then do is enter on top of that bearish candlestick with the stop loss above resistance. And as you can see, the resistance gets taken out, the overall liquidity sweep takes place, the stop losses get hit, which were positioned above the area of resistance, where previously we saw rejection, and here again, we expected rejection, but then what happens? The overall liquidity gets taken, and then what do we see? The real push in towards the downside then starts to form. So this in a nutshell is what liquidity is. It is where the stop losses are placed, and it's our mission to identify those areas of liquidity. Now, there are three forms of liquidity that you need to understand. And when I explain these forms, it will really become very clear with some beautiful examples that I have here on my chart. And the very first form of liquidity is something called range liquidity. And it's pretty much the one that we just discussed, where we expect that above an area of consolidation and below an area of consolidation, that is where liquidity is positioned. Now, what we often see is indeed, okay, when we have an area of support, that is where traders will, for example, go long. And then what you often see is that the liquidity gets taken before the reversal up happens, and vice versa as well. The highs over here get swept. That is where liquidity is positioned. Then the market heads down lower again. So when we look at this here on the overall chart, what we have is here an overall area of range of consolidation. And what we want to always do is mark out the lowest point of that area of consolidation and the overall highest point of that area of consolidation. And what is very important to make this area of liquidity, or the areas of liquidity where we expect it to be positioned, so above the overall area of consolidation, that is where I expect there to be liquidity, and below the area of consolidation is where I expect there to be liquidity. These areas will be stronger when we have more lows trying to take out the lowest point. So for example, here we have the low trying to take it out. Here we have it, and now again, here we have it as well. So the low is being assaulted, and the more lows that try to assault that lowest point, that means that there is going to be massive amounts of liquidity, and the more heavy the overall reaction back in towards the upside is expected to be. And that's why here what we see is, okay, the low of the overall range gets taken out, and then from there we reverse back in towards the highs, towards what? Towards the high of the range. Then once we take out the overall high of the range, what then happens? We see the reversal back in towards the downside again take place. So this is the first form of liquidity that you need to understand, and it's called range liquidity. Now, let's dive into the second form of liquidity, which is trendline liquidity. Now, trendline liquidity pretty much is self-explanatory. We look for an overall trend line. Now, where a lot of trendline traders obviously try to go short on the overall trend line, for example, here, for example, here, for example, here again, what do we expect that these traders do? We expect them to position their stops above the overall descending highs. Now, when you see all of these descending highs, to me, it just screams one thing: stop losses are being positioned right above them. So when we have that overall trend line in towards the downside, you just want to be looking for these descending highs and marking them out. And the more descending highs that you have, the more liquidity you expect there to be positioned. And once, for example, this high would have taken out the highest point here and then headed down lower, then there's no liquidity resting because this high took out the high here. But when you have all of these descending highs in a row, that is when we expect the market at some point to take out the high and then, for example, continue back down lower. And that's what you see here as well. The overall high gets taken out before then the actual reversal back in towards the downside starts taking place. Now let's dive into the final form of liquidity, which is also known as swing low and swing high liquidity. And again, the names are pretty self-explanatory. What we're going to be looking for is a swing low. And a swing low is nothing more than an aggressive V shape in towards the upside, and a swing high is nothing more than an aggressive V shape back in towards the downside. Now, what you want to do is just mark out the overall high, mark out the overall low. And what you will often see is that if you then place a zone on top of it, the market will take out the overall swing high and then return back in towards the downside. And the same goes for a swing low. If you mark out that overall low here, what happens? The market takes out the overall low and then reverses back in towards the overall upside. So these are the three most important forms of liquidity that you need to understand. And now let's dive into the chart and identify actual trades using that liquidity. And the first piece of confluence is going to be market structure. From the overall swing low in towards the overall swing high, we have an impulse in towards the upside, which goes hand in hand with a break of structure. We have the swing low positioned here, we have the swing high positioned here, and therefore we understand that the market structure is bullish. What makes this piece of market structure even more bullish is the fact that the overall swing low took out liquidity right here to the left with a very aggressive V-shaped reversal back in towards the highs and simply just with a wick. That makes this low very, very strong as there's no liquidity anymore resting underneath the low itself. Let's say this low was positioned over here and never took out the overall low that we had here, then I would be saying, hey, it's very dangerous to take, for example, a long from here back in towards the upside, because it's still definitely possible that all of these lows would be swept before the actual continuation play in towards the upside would take place. Now, with us understanding that market structure is very bullish because one, it took out liquidity, and two, it caused a break of structure, we can now dive into the second piece of confluence, which is the premium versus discount tool. So what we look for with the premium versus discount tool is that the market at least retraces into the 0.5 fib, meaning everything below the 0.5 fib, that is an area where we want to be going long. And this is our so-called discount area that we mark out with the overall D. And we always look for longs within the discount area back in towards the upside. And the same goes for a short position. We look for shorts from premium. So everything above the 0.5 fib. Now, in this situation, we're looking for longs because market structure is bullish and the market is now retraced below the 0.5 fib. Here's the third piece of confluence, and maybe the most important piece of confluence, which we already discussed with you, which is liquidity. And liquidity, again, can be recognized in three different forms. First of all, we understand that the market structure low is strong because it took out the overall range liquidity. And second of all, we then want to always be looking at the impulse in towards the highs, because within the impulse in towards the highs, that is where you want to be looking for liquidity. And that is what makes the strategy strong. So when we look at the overall impulse in towards the highs, what I can very clearly identify is swing low liquidity, which is positioned right over here, because within the overall impulse that we have, we see push up, a pull back, a push up, a pull back, a push up. So these little, what I like to call pullbacks, also known as bumps in the road, because going up is just a road up. But in that road up, we have pullback, which is a bump, pullback, which is a bump. So these little bumps, those are little points of liquidity for myself. And what I always want to see is a bump get taken out in discount pricing. That makes it stronger. Now, the final piece of confluence that we want to identify is the demand zone. And what we have here is a beautiful area of demand, a sell down before a very strong buy up. That has what? A liquidity low positioned right above it. So this overall setup for myself has everything. We have bullish market structure. The market retraced into discount pricing. we have a strong area of demand that swept liquidity. So not only is the market structure strong, but the overall demand zone is strong as well, because a demand zone will always be stronger when it swipes liquidity. And therefore, I'm happy to take a long position here, market order on top of the demand zone, targeting a overall higher high for a beautiful 1 to 2.5 risk to reward. And that is when the market then pushes up higher, in line also with news and fundamentals into our TP. Now, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video and you finally have a full understanding of how to take trades using liquidity. If you still have questions, make sure to check out the link in the description of this video. We have a mentorship program where we go live every single day, explaining the potential setups that we are looking to take trades on ourselves using this exact strategy. Not only myself, but also 10 other mentors go there live daily, explaining everything that you need to know, including again, the exact trades that we take ourselves. Now, without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.